Number 1, Volkswagen Minibus.
Alright, Volkswagen Microbus. Originally introduced in 1950, was the number one home for hippies and people who could not afford a car and a house. This car was introduced to lots of TV shows and movies, known as The Mystery Machine and Scooby-Doo, and the Taliban's van in Back to the Future.
Number 2, DeLorean.
Speaking of Back to the Future, one of the most historical cars ever, the DeLorean, first introduced in 1981 with a 2.85-liter V6 engine made by Volvo. Yes, Volvo, the car brand that takes 6 to 5 work weeks to get to your destination.
Number 3, Ford Bronco.
Alright, Ford Bronco. This stallion has been out for so long, I don't care which type I get, they all were great. The first one was made in 1966 with a 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine, a 2.7-liter V6 engine, or a 3.0 V6 engine.
Number 4, the Ford Raptor.
Alright, time to talk about the Ford Raptor. In my opinion, the most beautiful and fast truck on the market. This beautiful machine had a 3.5-liter V6 engine with twin turbos making around 450 horsepower and goes about 111 miles per hour. Or there is the 5.2-liter V8 twin turbo engine known as the Raptor R. This variant makes about 700 horsepower and goes around 114 miles per hour.
Number 5, the Mustang.
The Mustang. This car doesn't really need an introduction, but I'll give you some history. 1964, this car was made, and it had a straight 6 V8 making about 271 horsepower with a top speed of 115. Now, the newest one has a 5.0-liter V8 making 315 with a top speed of 155.
Number 6, Chevy Camaro.
All right, Chevrolet Camaro. Now, most people think of this car and they think of Bumblebee from Transformers, which you wouldn't be wrong, but I'm going to talk about the real car, not the Transformer. This car was introduced in 1966 with a 6.8 big block V8 making 375 horsepower and a top speed of 160. Now, the new one is supercharged with a 6.2-liter V8 making 650 horsepower and has a top speed of 200 miles per hour.
Number 7, Pontiac Firebird.
Pontiac Firebird. Originally made in 1967, this muscle machine had a 5.7-liter V8 making 335 horsepower with a top speed of 160.
Number 8, Dodge Challenger.
The Dodge Challenger. No, not the Hellcat, the Dodge Challenger, the OG. Originated in 1969, this car had a 5.2 V8 making 290 horsepower with a top speed of 130 miles per hour.
Number 9, Dodge Viper.
Dodge Viper. This car is very dangerous, doesn't have airbags or ABS, but who needs those? We're happy as long as it goes fast. Well, this blur of metal was made in 1992 with an 8.0-liter V10, the biggest engine we have on this list yet, making 400 horsepower and a top speed of 160 miles per hour.
Number 10, BMW M8 Competition.
Going away from muscle cars, BMW M8 Competition. Now, I'm not just going to say M8 because who wants the M8? You guys want the M8 Competition. Well, the Competition has a 4.4-liter V8 making 617 horsepower and a top speed of 155. That's why you want the Competition.
Number 11, Sally from Cars.
Porsche 911. One of the most beautiful cars on the market. Maybe that's why Lightning McQueen liked it. Porsche has always been very good at combining style and function to make the perfect car. This car was made in 1963, also known as the 911, the 2.0 flat 6 engine making 130 horsepower with a top speed of 130. Now, the 911 has a 4.0-liter 6-cylinder engine making 388 horsepower with a top speed of 183.
Number 12, Toyota Supra.
All right, gotta be one of the coolest cars on the movie market. the Toyota Supra 1994 edition. All right, this car was the one used in Fast and Furious. This is another history legend for us car people. The 1994 Supra has a 3.0 liter 6-cylinder engine making 220 horsepower at a top speed of 155.
Number 13, Nissan R34.
Nissan Skyline R34, another one of those crazy cars from Fast and the Furious. All right, R34 was released in 1999 and had a 2.6 liter twin turbo inline 6 engine making 280 horsepower with a top speed of 165.
Number 14, Ferrari F40.
All right, final two. Got to be the biggest competition on the car market. Ferrari F40. This cherry red beauty was made in 1987, a retrostatic masterpiece. This engine came with a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V8 engine making 471 horsepower and a total speed of 201 miles per hour.
And number 15, Lamborghini Countach.
All right, biggest rivalry ever. Lamborghini and Ferrari. This company was originally making tractors, and now it is one of the fastest supercar brand on the market. All right, but I'm not talking about the recent ones. No, I'm talking about the 1974 Lamborghini Countach. All right, this airplane came with a 5.3 liter V12, making 375 horsepower and a top speed of 180. All right, I hope you all enjoyed my A-list of favorite cars. Yes, I did steal that from Donut's D-list, but we're not going to talk about that. If you liked, like. Thank you, and enjoy the next ones.